and welcome to the Cutting Edge News. Our first story takes place on the world stage.
From September 22nd to September 27th, Pope Francis is in the U.S. It's a pretty big deal having a Pope visit the U.S. The last time a Pope visited was in 2008, and that was Pope Benedict XVI. And even more special is that this visit also marked the first time a Pope has spoken in front of the U.S. Congress.
Not only to address you, but through you, the entire people of the United States.
Pope Francis is the first Pope who wasn't born in Europe. He was born in Argentina, and he's currently 78 years old. After 2 days in Washington, D.C., he flew to New York City. Here, he spoke in front of the United Nations General Assembly.
In effect, a selfish and boundless thirst for power and material prosperity leads both to the misuse of available natural resources and to the exclusion of the weak.
He also took a drive through Central Park. His last visit was in Philadelphia. During his visit, he attended many masses and parades, and even spoke to inmates. All in all, this visit is one to put in the history books. Pope Francis took a stance never before seen by a leader of the Roman Catholic Church, and the views he expressed on environmentalism and social justice have impacts that remain to be seen.
And now in State News, the PFD has just been announced, and it's $2,072.
Alright, what are you going to do with your PFD this year?
Well, my grandma's going to control most of it, but the money that I will get my hands on will be used for paying off my phone, for prom, and certain other dances. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to touch it.
I'm going to put it into savings, mostly for college.
I'm going to spend it on a laptop.
I'm going to spend my PFD on a trip to Anchorage and then probably food.
So what is the PFD anyways?
I don't know, Alec. What is it? I'll tell you.
We all know that the state of Alaska gives us money through the PFD every October. But why? Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, in the year of 1959, the state of Alaska was born. It was a big state. It was a very big state. But it was very young and money was scarce. By the 1960s, the young state of Alaska was almost out of money. Then one day, after years of looking for oil, they were just about to give up on the northern slope and go home. And then they struck oil at Prudhoe Bay. There was so much oil, it was the biggest oil field in North America. And then, after years of negotiation, compromise, and hard work, a little thing called the Trans-Alaska Pipeline was finished being built in 1977. As the oil began to flow, so did the money. Suddenly, the state of Alaska wasn't so broke anymore. In fact, Alaska now had more money than it knew what to do with. So they decided to save some of the money for a rainy day, and created the Alaska Permanent Fund. After a few years, it was decided that Alaska residents should receive money from the Permanent Fund. In 1982, the first PFDs were mailed to Alaska residents. Every year since, the Alaska PFD has shared a portion of the earnings of the Alaska Permanent Fund with residents of Alaska, and that's why the state of Alaska just sent you $2,072 last week.
Now let's take a look at an MEHS class that can save your life.
We are practicing putting on full body gowns and masks and goggles and eye protection and gloves in case someone had an infectious disease and we were going to treat them. We need to tape up any spots that nasty stuff is in.
Did you know Mr. Hunter isn't just a teacher at Mount Edgecombe High School? He is a volunteer EMS lieutenant at the Sitka Fire Department. His experience throughout his life helping people in life-threatening situations makes him a great person to teach ETT at Mount Edgecombe High School.
Now, everybody needs a second set of gloves. So if you already have a second set, you're good. If not, grab a size bigger than you usually wear and pull them on over top. You should each have a gallon. It came with you.
These students are practicing teaching patients with infectious diseases, which is why they are wearing these gowns for protection. They're taking Helga, the infectious patient, to the hospital.
Uh-oh. Helga's very fragile.
Now she's being relocated for safety reasons. After moving from hospital to hospital, she's finally going back home.
When we remove stuff, you guys will have to remove each other's because I can't touch you. If your gloves are dirty, you take your gloves off.
Last week, the Thunder Mountain Falcons came to challenge our very own Lady Braves volleyball team at the B.J. McGillis Auditorium. Let's take a look at some of the action. The cross-country season has been fast, furious, and fun. Bianca Willis has been a superstar runner and all-star reporter for us all season long. She has a story from regionals and a state championship race in Anchorage. Let's try to catch up with her now.
On September 25th, the MEHS cross-country team left for regionals in Juneau. Which means only our Lady Braves are going to state.
I think I did pretty good, but the team didn't make it to state, so.
We placed second. Laura got 8th, I got 14th, Bianca got 15, and our back runners were still, they still placed really good. Yeah, we're going to state.
Next up are the 1A, 2A, 3A state championships in Anchorage. Welcome to the final week of cross country, the state championships. On October 1st, our Lady Braves left for the state championships in Anchorage. On Thursday, we walked the course. We found out there was a lot of snow on the course, which led to...
It's actually not too cold.
'Go Braves!'
On Saturday, we prepared for the race. The 1, 2, 3A boys raced first, and then the 4A boys. After that, it was the 1, 2, and 3A girls' turn to race. A 119 girls ran this race. They were all from 13 different teams. Let's see the results. Our Lady Braves got 10th in the state. And a special mention to the Sitka Wolves, who won state championships for the boys. Although we didn't bring home a trophy, it doesn't really matter, because win or lose, it's how you play the game. But that didn't stop us from having fun either.
It looks awful.
That's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Join us next time on The Cutting Edge.